Hi guys, going to do something a bit different today. Going to look at Punk versus Tokido in the Evo final. So great match. Probably the best two players got to the final, I think. Itsubashi did really well with Zangief, but just one matchup too many, I think, for him in the end. But we're going to look at what Tokido did to Punk and how he kind of suited his game to counter Punk's. Just before we get started, I had a video recorded of defensive options in Street Fighter V, and it was going to go through what options are better than others. And this will help for this match. I didn't release that video, and I wish I did, because then I could just say, go watch that video, and you'll find out what I'm talking about. But just very quickly, when you wake up, when you are on the ground, or general mid-range play, Tekken is a very, very bad option. If you watch someone like Phenom, he will very rarely tech. He'll always pick all the other options like backdash, wake up jab. Blocking is very good, obviously, but something that has a reward usually, or is solid on defense. Now a throw tech, it's counter hittable. It leaves you open for shimmies. It's a very, very bad option to tech at the mid-screen. And you'll find, if you're struggling on defense, if you start to not tech a lot, especially at the mid-screen, obviously in the corners throws are good, but at the mid-screen, you just want to take the throw. And Tokido, we'll see in this match, he just keeps taking the throws. Throws are low damage. Now, and they reset the situation majority of the time. This isn't Street Fighter 4, where if you get thrown as a defender, you are open for a safe jump or some kind of vortex. There's a problem there. And also, as a defender, when you press throw, in Street Fighter 4 for example, the button comes out, giving you another option tree to follow down. So there's various options that you can do whilst protecting against the throw. In Street Fighter V, a throw tech only protects against a throw. So it's a very closed option. There is no branches to follow when you press tech. You're just guessing he's going to throw, or if you're delay teching, he's going to throw me at some point. But the throw never goes anywhere. And in Street Fighter V, you'll get shimmied, you'll get crush countered, you'll get counter hit. It's all bad news. But when you actually think about what happens when you take a throw, you get reset the screen for low damage. It's a good option just to take throws. And we'll see in this match, Tokido takes a hell of a lot of throws. You know, it's just a very, very good option. And especially Karin, who throws you all the way across the screen. Now, you're probably sitting thinking, yeah, but that's bad for positioning. But when you have a character like Akuma that can reset the position back, it's not so scary. And it's just an all-round good option to have. I'll give you the statistics as we're talking in the match. It's actually quite scary. So let's have a look. So this is a match in a nutshell for me. This is what I think happened. Look at those stats. Tokido landed 2 throws in the first set. I'm just talking about the set because I think the first set is where Punk lost the match. I think he was absolutely mind-fucked by the time the second set come. And that's obviously because he didn't take a break. We'll get to that in a bit, but basically, as we can see here, Tokido is deliberately taking Punk's throws. You might think, oh, Punk landed 14 throws, that was good. That was actually a strategy, I think, of Tokido's to take Punk's throws because of what we've just discussed. He gets to reset the screen every time. Now the jump-ins. This works on 2 levels. Tokido is poor at anti-airing. It's long been known that one of Tokido's weaknesses is anti-airing. And on the flip side, Punk's character, not necessarily Punk, I think Punk is actually quite good at anti-airing, but chooses not to a lot of the time because of his character. Now, what basically Tokido's grand plan is to take Punk's throws and escape the corner when he gets put in a bad position. Basically keep the game in the middle of the screen. Now Akuma can do this with his EX demon flip dive kick because it's safe on block and very hard to anti-air. So if you watch what happens in the match, there's a flow of I'm going to take your throw, Punk, and then I'm just going to escape the corner. It's very hard for Karin to anti-air a cross-up, and you'll see Tokido continually do jumping like kicks or demon flip dive kicks. Now these jumps I've got in these stats, that's not even including the special moves, the demon flips. That's just purely jumps. So there's the match right there for me. I think Punk didn't take advantage of Tokido's weakness, and he didn't realise that Tokido was just preparing to take his throws every time. And this is again why Street Fighter V can sometimes be difficult to open opponents up. So I'm going to try and do this as it plays, so I'll have to be quick because it will be better than starting and stopping. So they're both very good at mid-range. The idea is to get the character to the corner here. That standing medium kick fucked Punk up all day. This was one of the few times Punk successfully jumped over and it worked. Now if you watch here, takes the throw. Like Sejam said, he was prepared to take another throw, but Punk didn't do it. And that just gave him that gap to get out, jumping over. He's already jumped in twice with light kick now. That counter hit right there is one of the only times in the entire first set that Punk shimmied Tokido, and I think that was the moment where Tokido was like, hang on, stick to the plan. So we go into round 2. Again you'll see the standing medium kick. The fireball cancel again I think happens. Punk gets a crush counter. There's that demon flip. That's just to switch sides. That's the only reason he's done that. And that's one of the few times Punk anti-aired Tokido. He's just so many air attacks, and Punk just can't deal with it. In the corner, DP again. Very rarely either of them reversal this whole match. There's that jumping light kick that Punk can't stop. Takes the throw, resets the screen. He cancelled there because he thought Punk was going to jump over the fireball. And this is a bit tit for tat. Nobody really wants to die. But Punk, that's a buffer. So what Tokido done there was press crouch and medium kick, quarter circle forward fireball, and if it hits, he finishes the combo. Pretty simple buffer. There's that fireball on block again. Punk's learned now that he can't push buttons after that fireball. Just a good mid-range battle. There's Punk, and he should have done more of that. It's like he got it at the start but forgot. There's that dive kick again. It's just so hard to anti-air that move, and look, he switched sides. He's went from being in the corner to putting Punk in the corner. There's your stun, and the taunt. This was ballsy. Tokido is just like, I am super confident here, and Punk just doesn't look confident at all. Tokido, you could just tell he was a winner when you looked at his face. He just looks so relaxed. And just Punk, yeah, like he's irritated, you know. And we start again. There's the jump over. He's willing to take that grounded combo when he lands, and now he's trying to move back into the middle of the screen again. This is the pattern. Get stunned, just try to poke back too many times. What he's trying to do there is try and get that standing medium kick going. But Tokido gets a run on here. Switches sides. That's just really hard mix up. He missed the V trigger. His V trigger ran out. What he was wanting to do there was juggle into the DP, but his V trigger ran out. Didn't have enough V trigger to continue the juggle. takes the throw, switches sides. That's the match right there, and that will just keep happening, you'll see. Tokido is like he's accepted, I'll just take that damage when I land. There he goes again. He just wants to be on the other side. That time it didn't work. But it's going to be hard for Punk to stop that every single time. So Punk takes it. When you watched this live, it felt like Punk was getting really overrun. But watching it back, he's well in the match. Just doesn't look like himself though, does he? He's just something not right about him. Maybe he needs that cockiness back. So the big difference there is that Tokido can combo out of his standing medium kick. Can't. There's the jump over, and again, Punk's in the corner. This is going to be really repetitive, guys, but this is what's happening. Punk cannot stop these jump-ins. Whether he is just deliberately not dealing with them or he wants to save his meter, this is his problem. Boom. Strong round from Tokido there, builds a meter. Back throw. Bit tit for tat, good crush counter there. Drop from Punk, which is strange, puts him in the corner. There's a really good stop from the EX Fireball. Punk had noticed that Tokido was using that as a block string. What happens here? Takes the throw. He just doesn't want to push buttons. He's quite happy taking that throw. And that was one of the few times Punk's actually dealt with him jumping. It's so hard, you can't anti-air everything, especially not as Karine. Great punish there on the fireball. We'll see Tokido escape. Bang, there we go. Might even try it again. There we go. Maybe again. There we go. And that's it. That's the pattern. Just get out. And nobody's anti-airing that EX dive kick, are they? Really, I mean, even as a Ryu player, it would be difficult. Cross-up jumping like kick gets Punk with a combo. And the EX mid-screen throw. He did that twice in this match, and I think maybe looking back, Punk will think if Tokido's in the corner, he uses the dive kick. If he's not in the corner, he seems to use the throw. I wouldn't say it's a rule as such, but Punk just wants to get on with it here. He just wants to get it done. I just feel like just jump, Punk. Take a jump. Takes the throw, and you guys, you already know where I'm going with all of this now. There he goes, out again. It's hard because does Punk try and pressure him in the corner, or does he stay back and try and anti-air him? There's the jump over again, takes the throw again. This is actually a really good round for what I'm talking about. Jumps in again with a light kick. Punk gets hit, gets put in the corner himself. That was one of the very few throws that Tokido did the whole time. Round 2. Good buffer there, so Tokido's just using the crouching medium kick into Tatsu. Missed the punish there, Punk. He dropped a few things in this match. Jump in, man. Just jump. Just do it. You're going to eat a DP at worst. You know, Tokido's just flying about the screen at will. There he is, takes the throw. And Punk gets his rewards this time. Not that Tokido can't, you know, he can't get that right every time with the jumps. He's going to get figured out. And Punk's holding his own here. When I felt like when I was watching it, it was all Tokido, but watching it back, Punk is well in this match. Just cannot deal with that EX dive kick. Takes a lot of damage at the start of the round. And Tokido uses all of his resources there. He wants that big life lead. just backing away, because Khan's got super now. And Punk does really well. There's him taking that throw. And he stayed back that time. Do you see how he stayed back? But unfortunately, he cornered himself. I just got this feeling he's like, yeah, I know what's going to happen here. And he dealt with it perfectly that time. But it's like when you're playing, you cannot stop. If someone jumps 10 times, you can't stop them jumping 10 times. You just can't. Now this is where Punk gets a touch. Either nervous or a touch greedy. He's got full critical art, right? And he wants to land it. You can see what's happening here. He's just fishing. But Tokido gets that life lead. And this is such an important... I felt like the sliding doors moment was this round, right now. Because if Punk wins this one, he goes 2-2. He is one match away from being Evo champion, not getting the bracket reset. It's such a huge round. And then the mistake that everyone, I think, it doesn't take me to tell you, he just thumbs him up straight away. Like, please, Punk. That was Punk's inexperience showing there. He should have fucked around on his phone. He should have looked at somebody in the crowd. He should have had a think. Just take a minute, Punk. Hover over Nash on the character select screen or something. Like, he looked like he wanted this shit done and over with. I wonder if he's looking back, thinking, I wish I just took my time there. It would be good to hear from him. I don't know what he said. Like, I love both the players, love Punk, love Tokido, but he should have just taken a moment there. Then the inevitable happens. We get right back into it, and Tokido just goes full wrecking ball mode. Throws him twice in a row, despite not throwing him pretty much that whole set like we just saw. So at this point, Punk is absolutely mind-fucked. The crowd's going wild. Tokido's confidence is up. You pretty much know he's shot after that round. You just tell, like, Tokido's got a swagger about him now. He's kind of like, yep, I've got him. My plan worked. Still the jumpings. It's hard. I mean, what does he do? That was working for him. Drops his combo there, and you know something's up at that point. Incredibly hard mix-up to avoid. Might hit front, might hit back. And there's that throw again from that side into the corner. So I wonder if that's just a little tell from Tokido that... I wonder if you should neutral jump there if you see the EX flash, because you know it's not going to be the dive kick. Again, I wouldn't say it's a rule, but yeah, that's twice he done that now. And here, like, he's just throwing like 5, 6, 7 fireballs. And Punk's just continue. I mean, Punk's ground game is good. I mean, it's very, very fucking good, but I just wonder if he should have switched his tactics up. There's the throw. And Punk's just pushing a lot of buttons. And we're already at more throws now than we were in that first set, so it's almost like Tokido's fed him something, and now he's doing the opposite, you know? He's so confident. Just get out of the corner. Just jump over him. Just do what he is doing to you. And he's got it there. Just, yep. There was little moments where he did stop it, you know, like there, he stopped that EX dive kick, but it's just so hard to tell where that move's going to go. And Tokido is just a master at spacing. So despite being perfect, he kind of charges ahead here. Yep, he tried something, it just didn't work. I don't know what he tried. See these little pauses, that's when I knew Tokido had him. It was almost like he was toying with Punk there, and like these little pauses, Punk just didn't know what to do. And that right there, that neutral jump, that was 2 layers of smart going on there. What happened was Tokido jumped up, and Punk thought Tokido was going to do an air fireball down, so he did the shoulder to punish the landing, but Tokido just did a neutral jump normal. So it's kind of like I knew that you knew type thing. Like Tokido, it must be just feeling like completely in control. Finish with the demon. Just bad news. You knew it was just downhill from here. It's difficult to decide what Punk should do. He does, I'm pretty sure in this final set, the final match, he does start to anti-air Tokido a bit better. There's a jump. Why didn't you do that before? Like nearly half life. Just get some momentum. Meets the wake up jab there, mistimed his meaty. Oh, just so dirty. And he dies there. It felt like Punk should have won that round as well, and Tokido just stole it from him. He must have been so heartbroken. Those light kicks you see Tokido throwing out, it's just jab check, it's just dash checking basically, and Karen's palm move, it can stop that as well. Right there when he jumped back, that's when he was hanging about. I'd love to see these two play again. There's another jump in. It's just too little too late now. And the crowd know it really. I think everyone knew it. I can't even remember what happens. This last set, I didn't really study much. It was much of the same thing happening, but it just felt like Punk was just toast. Just flies right out. It's so hard to stop. There's that little pause from Tokido again just to see what Punk's going to do. That was unlucky, he landed on that fireball and that was it. Punk teched again. I wonder if Punk should have just done what Tokido had done and just calmed it on the tech-in, but great match guys. Hope you enjoyed that. So that's it. Good end to a good tourney. It was a good top 8 and really good players. Love Punk, love Tokido. I think that was the best final we could have hoped for, but hope maybe I think Punk will definitely get over the line next time. He is a very good player. God, he's just a young guy, you know, such a future ahead of him. So good that Tokido won, and I'm sure Punk will have plenty of wins in the future.